It's nothing new. The people of Orania are actually quite used to it. It's an election year. And in election years, it always comes. Cheap political shots aimed at Orania to appease hardline voters and drive up emotions. Crucially necessary to get voters all riled up. Dr Saul, the ANC Premier of the Northern Cape, recently used such a tactic to publicly try and delegitimize Orania rather than speaking directly to its leadership. Well, while Dr Saul oversees a province with a 71.7 billion rand total budget, a sum of that, 53.8 billion, is equitable shares. An unconditional grant which is funded by the taxpayer, including contributions still paid in taxes by the people of Orania. Now, Orania does not receive any equitable share tax money back for our municipal development. Our neighbouring municipality, Thembelihle, had an equitable share grant of a staggering 38,960,000 to use just in 2025. Now, what could Orania do with such a budget if received back from our tax contributions? Well, while all the services are still delivered by Orania's own people, with our own labour and our own funding, we also have to privately fund our schools, for which Dr Saul's province had a taxpayer-funded budget of 8.8 billion rands in 2025, just to expand education. In Orania, we fund our own education while simultaneously taking part in initiatives to raise funds, plant new sports fields, build new classrooms, etc. Many Northern Cape municipalities are in great debt to Eskom, including Orania's neighbouring municipality, Thembelihle, who are currently actually receiving funds from the government, from the national government, for debt relief, their Eskom debts. Orania set an example that other Northern Cape municipalities can embrace, and we are open to share our ideas, which are already functioning, including Orania Saul. Orania Saul is Orania's project to generate our own electricity, providing the surplus back to Eskom and getting investors to help fund the installation of a battery, making the town essentially load-shedding free. This creates opportunities for entrepreneurs to lift themselves out of poverty rather than waiting on subsidies and nanny-style support from the state. This should be celebrated. There's less dependence on government funding and taxpayer money, even though it's much more long-term. It is a process that just gives the needy government grants. Orania cannot do that without state treasuries. It is a sustainable process here in Orania with delayed gratification and long-term economic growth. As to Dr Saul's claims that Orania now somehow excludes the poor, or the armgatte, as he refers to them in the statement, Orania is funded with voluntary Afrikaner contributions. And with that, we've built multi-million rands funds for our needy. The Orania Movement's Help Psalm funds, for example, raised values exceeding 7.9 million rand since its inception, funding education, affordable housing projects like Ganabos, Soedoring and Nerina over the years, projects for the needy elderly and more. Also, Help Mekaar, Orania's social works institution, had a total budget of 3.9 million in the previous year. All of that raised by Afrikaners and used to support the needy here in Orania. People have been pushed out of the economy in South Africa. Every cent of this money is voluntary contribution raised by Afrikaners. Yes, of course, not all can be helped. The need is big around the country, and the task to support the needy is orders of magnitude larger than our current capacity in Orania. Let there be no misinterpretation of that. But some people, for various reasons, do not make it financially. We must continue to make plans and create opportunities for these Afrikaners. Orania's internal right to residency program, which is ever evolving according to circumstances and community input and our ability to do more, have never removed someone for the reason of being poor. However, drug use and crime would mean that you are asked to leave Orania. The solution for people in need is more local authority and less government intervention, so that communities could help their own people. Policies like affirmative action and BEE is not helping nor uplifting destitute Afrikaners. Instead, it's creating more of them. Thus, a bigger, more self-sufficient Orania with more opportunity to take care of our people would be part of the solution, not the problem. A carte blanche expose of the municipal mismanagement in the Northern Cape called Broken Promises recently showed the statue of President Nelson Mandela being erected costing 6 million rands, but never even getting close to completion.
Daar was besluit om so 'n bietjie eer te gee aan Nelson Mandela en daar is 'n klompie geld uit die stelsel uit. Die bedrag wat ons sien op die boeke is so 6 miljoen wat uitgegee is.
Struggling to see it, we did too. Maar ek sien niks in nie.
Jy kan sy gesig daarom sy buitelyne sien, maar verder is daar nie regtig iets wat oorgebly het nie.
O, met die een hand wat so waai vir die mense. Ek het hulle foto gesien, ja.
These kinds of funds could have been supporting job creation and development. In the concerning situation with service delivery in the province, voters are spending great amounts of their own money fixing potholes, sewage and more themselves. The people of Orania want to see less of these problems, not more. Our focus on service delivery and taking responsibility for the expansion of economic opportunity begs the question, how can the province be transformed for the better if people are given the opportunity to see their tax money actually working for them and take control of basic service delivery? Why constantly sow division rather than working together in the best benefit of our communities and let those living in them prosper? Let us go forward working on solution and not let an election year's noise take our eyes off our development goals.